So we do have a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 news. I mean, we've been playing Baldur's Gate. I've been playing it, having a great time with it. But there was a patch that was released recently that added some pretty interesting things here. So Baldur's Gate 3's
patch.
Yeah, right. So patch number 5 is bringing more reasons than ever to go back to Larian Studios' excellent RPG with new modes and, more importantly, a new epilogue that takes place 6 months after the main game. Patch number 5 is live now, November the 30th, and it comes with a whopping 130 gigabyte free space requirement to install. The headliner is the new epilogue that will be accessible to anyone who loads the game before, quote, the final fight. In a statement issued to Kotaku, Larian says this specifically refers to the final boss fight, but you'll need to save before you make a decision about how you handle the Netherbrain. The epilogue is described as a gathering of all your friends 6 months after the original ending, letting you say your final goodbyes to everyone. Well, everyone who's alive anyway. That does mean players who choose the evil ending won't be able to access the epilogue, though players who went this route will be getting some additional story in future updates. Larian's full statement issued to Kotaku reads as follows, quote, players that commit to the evilest of endings won't be receiving party invites from Withers. He arranges this party to give you closure with your allies. If you have no allies left, the new epilogue scene doesn't apply. That said, we're working towards how we can improve the evil ending experience, which should come in a later patch. According to Larian, this epilogue includes, quote, some of the most complex writing in Baldur's Gate 3, as it accounts for relationships and choices made throughout the whole game. God damn. The team wrote 3,589 new lines for this segment, but you'll likely only hear a fraction of those in any given playthrough. While there's a reason to play the ending again, Baldur's Gate 3 is also getting 2 new modes that will change up the entire game if you're looking for a reason to start over. The first one is Honor Mode, which is essentially a permadeath option that makes combat, stat checks, and boss fights more difficult. If you die in this mode, you'll have an option to continue that file save, disabling Honor Mode, or to start over. If you manage to make your way to the end, you'll unlock a golden D20 for your dice rolls in future playthroughs. The second new mode is Custom Mode, which lets you tweak different variables for your journey. Some options include hiding dice roll requirements and enemy HP bars, which Larian says is meant to better imitate a tabletop game experience. If you want to change things up for an easier time, you can also make changes like having short rests heal your party fully instead of partially. Updated 11:30 at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This post originally published with work in progress patch notes provided by Larian. However, those patch notes may not accurately reflect the final patch. We regret the error and will update this post with the final patch notes when we receive them. Updated 11:30 at 11:52 a.m. The full patch notes reads as follows. Epilogue, an entirely new section of the end game after the defeat of the Netherbrain that aims to provide a well-deserved sense of closure with your allies. 2 new play modes, Honor Mode and Custom Mode, many performance improvements, particularly in Act 3, added dynamic resolution for PS5. Players playing on machines with low VRAM or RAM should see improved performance. The game is now available in Korean. While at camp, you can now access and manage the inventories of companions who aren't in your active party. Thank God. More party inventory management. Yeah. Added a brand new fight in Ramazith's. How do you?
You haven't got there yet.
Ramazith's Tower. If you betray Night Song there. Orin's outfit now drops as loot and is wearable by anyone. We also gave it a suitably disgusting description and name.
As you should.
Other highlights, Shadowheart will always be the owner of the artifact during the tutorial if she is a follower. Becoming half illithid will now also visually affect your eyes. Basic action variations that share a hotkey by default will now gain a hotkey according to a certain priority order. A romance, Minthra can now refer to her bond with you using a drow word for deep, unbreakable love. That's very specific. Fix the bug where party member.
I like that.
Yeah. Fix the bug where party members would
Lord,
sometimes not change back into the armor set that they were displaying before entering camp. You can now talk to Maul more about her contract with Raphael in the guild hall. Withers will sneakily resurrect any dead companions that fell before the final battle so they can join the ending cinematics. What a helpful skeleton. Gave Jira her own scene with Danthalon if she approaches him alone. Improve the physics of characters and walls to prevent NPCs being able to shoot through ceilings inside houses. Thank God. Fix an issue where Gale's scene with Mistra after the final combat of the game only played if you had no one else in your party. Made cinematic tweaks to restore sections of Asterian's Act 3 sex scene. Fuck yes. Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere. Foreplay.
You're like, all right.
Improve the physics of characters and walls to prevent NPCs. Oh, I already said that one. Improve companion reactivity when making the decision before the nether brain. The loading screen art now unlocks gradually as you progress through the game. Boo will no longer take damage when thrown. Fix the puzzle in Kazdor's palace. Fix the screen going black during Asterian's in-game romance scene. How many people does Asterian fuck? Added some additional audio.
Everyone.
Yes.
I was literally about to say that. I was going to say every.
I mean, from the first moment you talk to him where he's trying to trick you into killing a not illithid over there,
Yeah.
he has got a sexy tone in his voice. He's like, hey, you, come here and kill this thing over here. And you're like, get away from me, dude.
Look, this is awesome change. Wild shapes that do not have weapons will now benefit from having the tavern brawler feat. That's a pretty fucking great change right there.
That's actually,
strikes,
dude.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So,
because that feat's only really good for a monk, honestly.
Yeah. That's it. No barbarian would go without a weapon. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they could, but they're going to do less damage.
But
Exactly.
what reason to? Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have to take very specific feats and build a very specific way to do any type of damage. Like, you would just have to punch and then use your, like, wild action to pick shit up and throw it.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you could do that. You could just use the environment and throw it around, but
Yeah. So, with this patch coming out November the 30th, which it's already been released, of course, by the time we're recording this, but it's wild that they, we need 130 gigs free space requirement.
A lot of game.
Yeah, it was 123. So they gave us seven gigs, 6.5, 7 gigs of content for free. They gave us an epilogue. They gave us 2 new ways to play the game. They gave us incentive to play it in that honor mode. They fixed a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, and a lot of performance issues. Like this is how you, in my opinion, release a game in 2023 where everybody's always tapped in and everybody's always online. You release exactly. You release the game in full, and anything that is pushed to the game should be additional content, bug fixes, or just small little, inaccuracies, like the tavern brawler feat working with wild shape.
Well,
that should have happened.
You said you had a thing where it was crashing a bunch.
Yeah, whenever I would go and
fixed.
Yeah.
Something with a goblin.
Whenever I was talking to Raphael in the goblin encampment, my game would crash. That's fixed now. So, like everything's good and we're good to go. But
where's
like
the crossplay,
I think that they'll eventually get there, right?
They have to, right?
They better.
Yeah,
it's too good to not.
Yeah, because this is a forever game, really. I mean, they're going to continue to release content.
I mean, it really, yeah.
If they release crossplay and the ability to party up, because that's one thing that a lot of people didn't like about Baldur's Gate that I really like about it is the fact that, like, when I play on my solo story, I have a character. When I play with Corey, my brother, I have a character that I play with him specifically. If crossplay exists, then I could join Garbo and I would have my own specific character with Garbo. And then if I joined Corey, I would have my own character. And if I joined Dirt Lord, so in reality, we could have 4 campaigns going at the same time. playing with different characters and doing things completely different
Different
from one
choices purposely.
Yes.
They did confirm it is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said it in September. They're like, it's happening.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
just got to flesh it out.
we're going to spend so much time on that game.
Yeah.
W.
It's done
I'm
very
the only
well.
one who's finished this game, right?
Yes. I haven't finished it yet. I don't think Garbo's finished it. Have you finished it, Garbo?
I'm not even close.
All I did was change some
You in Act
settings.
2 yet?
I'm in Act 2, but I'm not in Act 3.
Act 2 something.
I'm at Moonlight Towers for you. Where you got an idea.
Yeah.
Well, but now there's new.
That's not too bad.
You got to go back and play it again.
So-
No, that's
about
at the end of the
too.
game. You have to beat the
Oh.
Elder Brain and be able to get the new.
I'm saying.
So there's something that I want to wrap into all this real quick, because this was a topic that I was considering dropping in here for us to discuss, but I think that it goes pretty well with the Baldur's Gate topic. So there's a report going around that Blizzard is currently wondering if people will pay $100 for Diablo 4 DLC.
No.
So,
Not when you can play this.
all right. So a reportedly leaked survey
100%.
from Blizzard indicates that the developer is looking at different possible prices for its upcoming Diablo 4 expansion, and one of those potential packages is priced at $100.
No.
It says here that look forward to Diablo 4's first big expansion, Vessel of Hatred. This expansion, launching in, quote, late 2024, will add a new class and let players explore the jungle-covered world of Nantu, a new playable region that was last seen in Diablo 2. But how much will this DLC cost? It seems Blizzard is trying to figure that out. As spotted by VG247, YouTuber Bellular News seemingly got their hands on what appears to be a leaked confidential survey Blizzard sent players about Diablo 4 DLC pricing. In the survey, Blizzard offers 4 possible DLC bundles priced at $50, $70, $80, and $100. All 4 packages include the expansion.
For DLC.
Yes. But also
None of those.
But also
The game didn't even cost that much.
No. All 4 packages include the expansion, but also come with different digital goodies and currencies. For example, the suggested $100 package will include new, quote, hero skins for all classes, a unique non-horse mount with dynamic features, in-game premium currency, and a pair of cosmetic wings. So I've seen this before in the past. We've seen this with like closed beta periods where you can buy into the closed beta for like $20, or you can drop $30 and get a skin, $40 and get 2 skins, $50 and get 3 skins. So we've seen this in the past. If Baldur's Gate, this is the jumping off point. If Baldur's Gate came out with a DLC that is the size of the current game right now, and like as far as scope, what you're able to do, would you hesitate to spend $100 on that?
I don't
No,
think
I
they would
drop
charge
it.
that much.
I don't think they'd even charge as
They
much
charge
as
you
the
what they
original
charge
game,
you
but
for
I
the
would,
game. If it was the
depending
size
on
of
what
another
was in
game,
it, I would be way more willing. If they added a new class, a couple new races, a whole new like campaign to have at it, and maybe like a create campaign mode, I'd drop $100 in a heartbeat.
Right.
Like maybe if I didn't
And I'm
know
poor.
the value of how good the game is, like
I don't
Baldur's
think they would do
Gate's
that.
worth the $80 it was. But yeah, if I didn't know anything
80?
about it, I wouldn't. But
Did you
like
pay
I
80
know
for
about
it?
it. Yeah. Yeah,
I
Baldur's
pay. I got the
Baldur's
deluxe
Gate.
edition
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah, which I mean, the normal edition's $70.
I think
So
I
you're
paid
still
60.
paying a good mint.
I paid $70.
I think I paid 60
Okay.
as well.
I'm
I mean,
pretty
you-
sure on Steam it was
Okay, then maybe okay, man.
Not lying.
Maybe they had like a little 10% off or something. I don't know. I paid 70 for sure. I mean, I paid 80 for sure.
Right.
But
But see,
PlayStation got to
again,
get their cut too, you know?
if it was, but being that I know, I would pay the $100 because I just paid $80 for the game. I'm not even done playing it, and I love the game. You
Yeah.
know what I
Well,
mean?
replay value.
Exactly.
Got that. Tons of it.
Huge.
So, and I imagine that like if Baldur's Gate decides to do like a paid DLC, they'll probably go the same route that the way that Dungeons and Dragons releases supplements for the game. We've got the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master Guide, and the Monster Manual is the three core books for that. And then they release Xanathar's Guide to Everything or whatever, and then Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Xanathar's added new races, new subclasses, new spells, new classes, like new ways of doing different things within the game. And Tasha's did the same thing. Tasha's had the Artificer and a bunch of other stuff like spells and magical items and all that rolled in. So I have to imagine that if Baldur's Gate releases DLC, then it's going to be, probably 10 more races and maybe a couple more classes, but maybe like 15 more subclasses, and probably something at least, I'm going to say a minimum of half of what the current game is, if not more so. Because like they've had success with it, and this is the only thing Larian's working on that I'm aware of. So why would they not pump it in there? And I would be okay with dropping $50, $60, $70 on a DLC like that, where you're getting that much content and it's going to be crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, you know what I'm saying? So
Money.
Oh yeah, for $10 more I can get the deluxe.
Yeah.
I go in there, it's DLC.
yeah, it gives you the dice and some in-game items and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's wild to me that, first of all, that Diablo 4 is even considering a $50 price tag on a DLC.
It's not gonna work.
And then to have $100 version of it where you're going to get everything, but you're going to get a couple of skins and a unique mount.
Those people are playing this game, not that one, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the campaign in Diablo 4, man.
Oh,
I
what?
cut out in Act 3. It didn't hold my attention.
You didn't finish it? That's bad.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of all Blizzard. Like, I love the story.
And you grind games out. You finish them. You were like,
goddamn right, dude. And I have since deleted it off of my hard drive to download something else. Exactly.
Yeah.
Get that Baldur's Gate update.
Yeah.
It was a good UFC
But it's, I mean, look, Blizzard's maybe with Microsoft stepping in and all that kind of stuff. Because I think that like Diablo 4 would be a great thing to put on Game Pass if it isn't already on there because of the acquisition. But if I'm gonna be playing Diablo 4 and DLC is gonna be as expensive as the game is in 2023, it better have more than a class. Yeah. Why are we just
second game is what it better be?
Yeah. Like, is this region that they're adding, how big in relation to the actual game is it? Is it a third of the size? Is it a tenth of the size? Why are they only releasing one class for it? I mean, I know that Diablo has traditionally done DLC and they've added classes and things like that in there, but I'm pretty sure it's been more than just one class at a time. So
it should be, at least, especially if you're planning on fucking charging a ridiculous amount of money for that shit.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
It was wild.
Yeah, and you can Diablo 4 has crossplay, and I think you can co-op with up to 4 people. I think. So you would think that like when they drop a DLC with new classes, you would drop a minimum of 4 so that you and your group can each pick a different new class, run through all the stuff again, run through all the different modes on all the different difficulties, like start a whole new run with the new classes.
They're like, our target audience is a solo grinder.
I mean, they're out there, but how big is that pool? You know what I mean? How many people are solo grinding? So I don't know, but I'm with what Larian single-handedly is showing what the gaming industry in 2023 should be. dropping patches that give you epilogues and major fixes to the game, and they're continuously working on the game. They're giving you things that you legitimately want, things that improve your overall experience to the game. And they're like, yeah, we don't have an evil.
This is patch 5.
Exactly. And them coming out and saying it, we don't have anything for evil players or evil campaign runs yet, but we're working on it. Just hang loose. We'll get there, you know?
Well, they just got all that money, the checks in the mail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
know?
right. Yeah. So I'm happy for them.
It's going to be game of the year.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's
yeah.
fucking
I
better
haven't even
be.
played it, but I just know it's going to be.